Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
And this is Edwin Lee Raymer with you. Ed Raymer for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. We're glad to be with you. Good evening, everyone. Another edition of our little broadcast. I am glad, I do mean glad to be here. And because this is the first time I've done anything in the last 3 or 4 days is really worthwhile. And I got a good friend to get up here and do it with. Thank you. Lindsay Schultz is here.
Hello.
From the Spline Bookstore down in Smyrna.
Yes, sir.
How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Cannot complain.
That's
I've had
good.
a little cold.
Good.
And
well, hopefully you're feeling better soon.
Oh, I should be. I think the wife's coming down with it now. But
see, you just need to stay on that side of the table.
Oh, no. No.
I don't
I have
time
not,
to get
thank
sick.
goodness, I don't know. We didn't either. I have not had a fever or anything. I think it's just one of these dreaded colds.
Well, it's because the
could not
weather
shake.
can't make up its mind.
Well, that's true, too, I guess. But, you know, I wasn't working out in the weather or anything like that. It's just one of those things, you know.
It happens. Every
Lindsay's
time.
got some things that are happening. It's called Once Upon a Page 2026. It's going to be a book and story convention. We're going to be talking about that tonight. And among some other things, libraries, book bans, book burnings.
All of the things.
Yeah, all the things. But believe it or not, I'll tell you what, we've got some good news for you tonight, too, okay? We really do. And I'll tell you what, Connor's on the board, as usual, doing a good job. Thank you, Connor. But for right now, my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
And good evening. My name is Ed Raymer for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show, and you're listening to this show right here live on WGNS, AM 1450, FM 101.5, 100.5, right here from the great heart of the state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, sitting just off the historic Courthouse Square. You can reach us tonight by giving us a call at 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. Or you can text us a message to that, and Connor will get it, and he'll be glad to read your question over the air. You can also find us live. As I said, my guest is Lindsay Schultz from the Spine. Thank you, Lindsay, for doing this.
Happy to.
Glad to be here. Glad you're here. And you can reach us. You can see us so many different ways. My wife listens on Alexa. You can watch us live on YouTube at News Radio WGNS. Facebook Live. Are you streaming, Lindsay? I think so.
Yeah,
You're
we're
on
streaming on TikTok on the Spine Bookshop's TikTok channel.
TikTok on the Spline Bookshops. Spell your spine, the Spline, S-P-L-I.
S-P-I-N-E.
S-P-I-N-E.
Bookshop.
Bookshop, okay. And you can watch us there. And a number of other ways. You can catch our little broadcast here on all the reruns that have been on here at WGNS over the last many months, if not years now. They're stacking up. So glad to be here. And also, I just barely got to see Angela and Angie Marie as they left. And is that Angie Marie or Angie Renee? Angie Renee. I get her, that lady, I'm going to get her name right one of these days. And just barely caught them on the way out. And check out their show, Simplicity. She's on every Sunday at 6 o'clock.
She's so sweet.
She's as sweet as she can be. Both of them are feeding people, taking care of people, doing what the word was meant to be done. And they do a fantastic job. So check them out. And Jason Qualls with financial advice. He's got great experts on every afternoon that he's on, that he's not interrupted by MTSU sports or whatever we might have. And that does happen. And even I think Lindsay and I got bumped because MTSU, I think the girls had a game or something
Probably.
or whatever. And, of course, we step aside for MTSU athletics.
Absolutely.
And that's about it. Okay, Lindsay, what, you're here for bail money or what? What's going on?
No, not bail money. You would think with all the stuff going on, but no.
Me and you both.
No, so what I wanted to talk to you about is so anybody that knows me, or if you don't know me, I run the Spine Bookshop in Smyrna, Tennessee. It is on South Lowry Street, right across from Wendy's. Bright yellow door. You can't miss it.
Yep.
So this is our second year for doing a book and story con called Once Upon a Page. And it's going to be April 18th and April 19th. And we're doing it at the Smyrna Event Center. And so we have a couple things. We're looking for some sponsors for the event. And then we're also selling tickets on our website at thespinebookshop.com. It's one of our tabs. You go right there. It'll take you right there. And we're also looking for local business owners to do donations for grand prizes and that kind of stuff. But one of the things that is really cool about this year is last year we only had 25 tables. This year we're doing 50.
You told me that earlier. I had 50 tables.
50 tables.
Wow.
And yeah, it's amazing. We're going to
That's amazing, yeah.
We're going to have local authors. We're going to have TikTok authors. We're going to have independently published authors. We're going to have narrators. We're going to have all kinds of vendors. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to have so many talented people this year that are just beyond amazing. Like we've got Scott Wilnowski, who's a narrator out of California. We're going to have the voice of Todd, who's an amazing narrator. We're going to have authors like Lloyd Elmore Jr. We're going to have authors, just Rowena Souter is a new author that we have who's going to be there. We're going to have some really cool vendors. Dark Anthem Publishing is going to be one of our vendors this year, and they run, they're Dark Anthem Press. They're going to be there. And that it's going to be a big literary event. If you love books, this is the event for you. If you love audiobooks, you're going to get to meet some of the voices behind your audiobooks.
Right, okay.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's always interesting. A lot of people that used to just listen to me, it was always interesting for them it's good to finally meet you. I never did get to see,
Yeah.
This is back before Facebook Live and all that, because they don't know.
No, they
really don't. And, okay, that sounds like quite an event. Now, this is April 18th and 19th.
Right, April 18th and 19th. And so, Voice of Todd, who is one of our narrators that's going to be there.
Okay.
He is going to be signing copies of the books that he narrated. And we're going to have all the authors that have all of the books that they've written are going to be there to sign them. You can take pictures with them. We're going to have a lot of donated books from a lot of them so that you can enter for a grand prize. It's just going to be so much fun. We're going to have G.E.
Right.
Martin, who is going to be there, and he is doing a book series where you can put your kid's name into the book. And you can
Really?
Yeah, it's super cool.
That's new.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you can go in and
I say it's new. I'm guessing it is. It's something different.
It's really cool because
Right.
you can personalize it for your kid, and it'll be written by a local author. It's amazing.
That sounds like that's a heck of an idea.
Oh, it's super cool. He's going to be
I'll be
there.
darned.
And it's going to be really, really. And then the other cool thing about it, too, is we're also going to have a lot of really amazing panels where you get to hear a lot of these people talk. So we're
Right.
going to do a D&D panel. We're going to do an LGBTQIA panel. It's both that and diversity.
So you're going to worship the devil while you're doing this?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have. Well,
just
I don't know.
can't get
That might
enough,
be
can you?
more for our horror
Yeah.
panel.
I
We
guess,
have
yeah, whatever.
an author, Pierre Roustan. He's going to be on our horror panel.
I'm being a smart aleck.
I know
people,
you are,
know.
but I love that about you. We're going to have poetry panel. We're going to have an AI panel
Right.
where we're going to discuss creative AI versus assisted AI. We're even going to do a TikTok panel. So
Well, one thing about this, writing has made some advances as well.
yes, absolutely.
You just had authors, and that was great. And we've got
Sure.
libraries around the globe packed with these,
Amazing books.
Keith
right.
Richards said it best at the New York Public Libraries, we're not keeping these books for no reason.
Right.
Of course, that's not true here in Rutherford County.
No, Rutherford County doesn't like
we
books.
like to ban them or burn them. Well, that's your Rutherford County School Board for you. But anyway.
And apparently the library board.
Yeah, the panel's library board. We'll talk about
We're
them
fighting
later.
that.
Sure. And God bless you, I mean it. No, I mean it. It's plumb crazy, And some of the books they have proposed, it doesn't make any. Lindsay, never mind. We're not going there. Not right now. I may later.
We
But
can definitely do it later.
This is a great event. Now you've done this how many years now?
This is our second year.
Your second year.
And
I
the
think
first
you were
year
here last year.
was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was far better than I expected it to be. And I really hope that people come out and show all these local writers and
Mm-hmm.
narrators and vendors some love and meet some really talented people.
So a young man like Connor who's wanting to open a bookstore.
As long as it's not in Smyrna.
Well, it'd be friendly competition, I'm sure. But he probably benefit. I'm not trying to corral you into this.
No,
Don't get
you
me
should
wrong.
definitely come and meet a lot of those people. So Dark Anthem Press is going to be there,
Right.
and one of the things that they're doing is on Saturday you can sign up to pitch your book to them on Sunday because they're doing little time slots. And so Sunday, all they're going to do is
Who is this now?
It's called Dark Anthem Press,
Dark Anthem Press.
and they're going to
Okay.
let people sign up to pitch their books to them on Sunday.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
Going to do it right there in Smyrna, Tennessee.
right there in Smyrna, Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
really,
right.
really cool.
Okay. That sounds like quite an event.
Oh,
I gotta tell
it's
you.
going to be so much fun.
Why? Let me ask you something. I don't know if I've ever asked you this.
Okay.
Is it something in your childhood made you always want to do this? Because you are a book fanatic.
Oh,
you love
absolutely.
books. Yes.
I don't know. I picked up books and took off and started
Right.
reading. And that's how my parents used to bribe me to do stuff is, okay, if you do chores, I'll take you to the bookstore.
Take you to the
know?
bookstore or buy you a book or whatever the
Yes.
case was.
Yeah. That's,
Really?
I read so prolifically.
Right.
And now that audiobooks are kicking off and I know so many of the narrators, it's so fun to be like, oh my gosh, I'll listen to you narrate that book. Like Scott Wilnowski, he narrated a book that I really loved. Voice of Todd did. I know that I have another friend, Bradford, who narrated another book that I really liked. And I love getting to read the book and then listening to my friends narrate it. And you forget that, oh yeah, that's my friend. Because
Yeah.
they're so
Yeah.
good at narrating the book.
Well, I've had a couple of people tell me, say, have you ever looked at narrating books?
You should.
And I have not, never seriously. No one ever approached me about it.
You should do it.
But They said, because you've got a pretty good voice for that,
I would think so.
And, who knows? Maybe it's something I could do from the nursing center.
I don't know. I've always liked books. If you're having a bad day, then go read a book. If you want to be inspired, go read a book. Like I remember the first time that I read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes.
The range of emotions that book brought out of me, and I've read it probably 5 or 6 more times.
Sure.
And I get something from it every time. And then watching Gregory Peck play Atticus Finch and watching him rail away at the injustice in the face of everybody. It just...
Right. Even in the face of the judge.
God, it's just amazing. It just, I love it.
A fantastic book. Mm-hmm. And then all the classics, Huckleberry Finn, the whole 9 yards.
Do you know what kills me about Huckleberry Finn is they ban Huckleberry Finn all the time, but they never ban Tom Sawyer, and I don't understand why. Same thing with Animal Farm. They ban Animal Farm, which is about communism, but they won't ban Watership Down. So I guess communism is cute and okay if it's bunnies, but it's not okay if it's barn animals?
I don't know.
And then you have books like 19 Minutes, which is the #1 most banned book in the country right now by Jodi Picoult. So our kids can have active shooter drills, and that's not traumatizing, but reading a book about it is. I just, you ask me why I live for books so much, it's because it makes you feel less alone.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're in the moment with it at that time.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm telling you. Lindsay Schultz is my guest tonight. I'm glad to have her here. We welcome your calls.
I'm happy to be here.
At 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450.
I would love to answer questions.
I hope so. The line will be open. We come back. Connor's going to take us to our first break, if you would, please. And we'll be back with you on the Edwin Lee Raymer Show right after this. Stay with us.
Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it.
All right, we are back, and I think we have a caller on the line.
Oh, Lord.
Caller, go ahead. Hang on.
You should be on there.
I got you. Okay, are you there, caller?
Hey there, Mr. Raymer.
Hello, Jeff. How are you? Long time no talk.
Yeah, no, it's been a while, but I just want to say, I just want to tell Miss Schultz to keep it a fight there. I know it's hard. It seems like it's an uphill battle sometimes. These boards just gotta stick in there and fight, because nobody, if you don't stand for anything, or I know you got groups of people to fight with you. If you don't.
Well, I will assure you, Jeff, this lady right here will stand for us.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I know she will. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if she wouldn't do it, nobody else would. Or not
Oh,
many
I'm telling
people,
you.
Not many
Yeah.
people. What I say, I mean, not many people. And I know their meetings have been contentious. I know the last few they've had have been real. Have been crowds of people, and I know people are concerned. I know they've banned their told down how many books they've taken out of libraries or what they've done. But
They're trying,
know
but they're
that,
not going to succeed.
Well, they won't.
I'm hoping I'm like you. I'm hoping that they don't. But it's amazing how a library board can be political.
Well,
today that would be
the problem is that if they keep going the way that they're going, they're going to end up being sued, just like the public school board.
Well, Jeff, you and I have talked about this, and the ACLU has the lawsuit all wrapped up with a big ribbon on it.
They've been
Yeah.
watching meetings here for months on end. They've already said it's waiting right on their desk.
Unfortunately.
As soon as they do whatever it is, it's coming out. I can guarantee you on that. I can promise you.
Yeah.
It's waiting right there. As soon as they say the wrong word or whatever they do, it's gonna come out. I can promise you on that.
The biggest problem right now is the fact that we have accusations against the board of the public library, and no one will investigate it.
Yeah, true.
And, you've got the director of the library who made some whistleblower allegations, but
Sure, yeah.
no one's investigating her allegations, which I find problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I just want to tell you, one quick thing, Ron, after I was going to mention that, but I want to tell Mr. Raymer, I know Terry, the guy in Knoxville, this is your show. I'll be around standing with stupid. Jerry Green is running for governor on the Democratic side this time. This go around for the governor.
Jerry, did you say what's his name? Jerry Green?
Jerry Green, Green. Yeah, it's a lady. She's
Okay.
In
All right.
Murfreesboro on Saturday, the 21st at Walnut House. Start at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So anybody wants to go over there, everybody's going to meet and greet, like anybody wants to go see her or whatever,
Yeah.
talk to her, whatever it may be. If you want.
At the Walnut House?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock is coming up Saturday, the 21st.
Okay.
21st. So if anybody wants to go over and, meet and greet, whatever it may be, you go over and talk. I don't know how long the event's going to be, a couple hours, whatever, but if anybody wants to meet, talk to her about issues or whatever you want to
Sure.
talk to her, whatever, you can do that. So I just wanted to mention that and enjoy your guys' show. Like I said, just stick in there in the fight, because it's hard. It's an uphill battle, but stick in there. I know you will, and y'all have a great week. Take care.
Jeff, thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah. And that's going to be this coming week, the 21st, I think you said. Yeah.
It's April 18th and April 19th is what this is.
No, he was talking about the visitor at the Walnut House.
Oh, yeah, I think you said the 21st.
I think he said 21st. Yeah. Be sure about that. And now your event is 18th and 19th.
Of April, huh? Yeah, it'll be our 4th year in business. It'll
Right.
be my birthday, and it'll be
Now, I thought you'd been in business longer now.
no. As of April 20th, it'll be our 4th year in business.
Okay.
And I wanted to celebrate my birthday last year with a bunch of my author friends, so we decided to do the convention. And now we're kind of celebrating our year, our anniversary of being in business
Right.
and my
Okay.
birthday. And we're going to also celebrate we're going to just celebrate the love of reading.
Right.
It's the one universal thing, I think.
Well, I heard a guy say once, it's a shame, really, and this is what I'm saying, but we were talking about the national pastime. It used to be baseball.
Oh, yeah.
But he said, I
It
think
still
what
is.
I think what we're finding is the national pastime, if we're not careful, has become watching television.
I watch TV all the time, but usually
Right.
if I have the television on, it's because I'm doing something else,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
background noise, like I'm knitting, or I'm doing an art project, or I'm doing laundry and house cleaning, but I always have a book on me.
Right.
Either an audiobook or an ebook or a physical book. I always have books on me. I probably
Right.
average out 3 or 4 books at a time.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm reading 4 books currently.
How do you keep up with that many books? I mean, I guess do you get accustomed to it? Because I don't know that I could do that. I don't know, even when I was younger, I don't know that I could do that.
I am sure that I have undiagnosed ADHD. I'm sure that I do. Like, even Carrie says that I'm on the neurodivergent. There's no way I'm not.
Right.
But I can have 20 billion thoughts at one time and still keep up.
Right.
I just have always been able to.
Okay. Now, if we can, let's sort of shift gears, and I know this is not why you're here.
It's okay.
But I want to talk about this library board and what's going on there.
Sure.
Can you bring us up to speed on it? Because I know you and Carrie,
Yeah. So we had the meeting on December 3rd where the director of the library, and I can never remember her name, and I'm really sorry I can't
It
remember
was
her
on,
name.
I saw it the other day in one of the newspaper articles, I believe.
Yeah.
I can't remember it either. Is it
Well,
Deborah something or other?
No, I'll think of it in a minute. So
Okay.
she requested whistleblower status
Right.
and accused Cody York of getting rid of books without going through the process. She said that he also wanted her to pull a report with all the personal information of the people that use the Hoopla, which is the electronic checkout system.
Right.
And
Pull the personal information of these people.
yeah, the names, addresses.
For what reason?
And this is just my speculation,
Okay.
but the only thing that I can think of that you would need the names, addresses, and phone numbers and what people are checking out and how often is for some kind of retaliatory purpose.
Sure.
But that's just my opinion.
Right.
That's not anything that I would say is fact or provable. It's just my opinion.
In this environment, I can't disagree with you.
Right. And so he, of course, disputed the claims, and they pushed back the book banning. And then at the meeting that we had at the beginning of February 2nd or 3rd, whatever that Monday was,
Right. Yeah.
the librarians had to review something like 1,700 books or something. I can't remember the exact number.
2,700.
2,700, that's what it was.
2,700, and it was a little more than that.
Yeah. And some of the reasons for why the librarians flagged the books were because of the letter from Ted Haggerty.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Haggerty.
Trey Haggerty, that's it.
he's the Secretary of State.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just, they weren't really given a lot of direction, which is asinine in my opinion.
Sure.
And I think
everything is done on the cuff.
Right. Well, I think the librarians did the best that they could with the direction that they had. I praise librarians.
Sure.
I'm still friends with one of my librarians that I had when I was in high school.
Sure.
I personally think the librarians should just get a Pulitzer as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, when I was in school, and we're going back to the last century now.
Sure.
Okay. Let me tell you, in the 70s, And in high school, especially, if you're a teacher, what is this here? Where are we at here on this? Well, I don't, you might ought to take this to the library and research.
Yeah.
It was just, even your own teacher. It
My
wasn't because your
grandfather
teacher was
had
dumb.
A dictionary that
Yeah.
sat up on a table, and if you wanted to know how to spell something, he'd say, go look it up.
Sure.
And, I mean, I think...
And there's no disgrace in that.
No.
I mean, you
Teachers
can't.
and librarians right now, I think, are the most underappreciated group of people. They do not
Oh, you
get
can
the
tell.
thanks.
You can tell by their salaries. And
yeah.
what gets me is teaching, being a librarian, whatever. I've said this before many times right here. Teaching is a profession.
Absolutely.
Just like the law, just
my
like
English
being an
teacher
accountant.
from high
just
school
like
saved
whatever.
my life.
I know. It's being, teaching is a profession.
Yeah.
And it should be praised.
Well, and the
You know.
thing is that people I don't think understand is that, life is hard and there's lots
Right.
of trauma and things happen to you. And being able to read a book about someone who has gone through something that you've gone through makes you feel so much less alone. It makes you feel seen. I mean, look at what happened when Disney did the Little Mermaid movie with
Right.
I can't think of what her name is either, and she was black. And you
Right,
saw
yeah.
all these videos of these little girls
Mm-hmm.
who saw her and said, she looks like me. It just was
That's
an
exactly
exact
right, yeah.
representation is so important. And if that didn't show it, all these little girls, I'm a Disney princess. Look, she looks like me.
Right.
And I mean, that's the
Brings
whole
it right
point.
into view.
Yeah. The whole
Right.
point of libraries is for someone to go in and browse and casually find a book that they want to read, or have a librarian say, hey, if this is what you're looking for, I can suggest some books. So the fact that we're pulling books that represent everybody out of libraries, and we're telling librarians that they can't stand up and say no, and we're telling teachers that they can't teach things, it's criminal.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think you're onto something. I'm afraid.
I mean,
I didn't think I'd ever say that.
if you don't
about-
believe me, go to the library board meetings, go to the school board meetings, because the very first one I ever went to, I went in, I joked that I went in
God.
very Pollyanna,
Yeah.
not having
right.
no concept of what I was getting into,
Yeah.
and sitting there just
Really? Yeah.
really. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons we're doing this festival too, is because I want to show that books are not going to harm people.
No. They won't hurt you at all.
Another thing I want to say too is, if you are a high school kid, or a high school kid who needs volunteer hours,
Sure.
we will give you volunteer hours. We need kids to help. So,
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, I have a couple kids that volunteer in my shop all the time for community hours.
Right.
And this festival, we could definitely use that. We'll put you to work.
Sure. To get your hours there.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the whole point of this festival, is in the face of all the book bannings and in face of all the just anger and hatred and fear, let's come together for 2 days and celebrate our love of reading.
Well, I think it's the hatred is
Yeah.
what has brought a lot of. I mean, and hatred will breed fear. Those
Yeah.
people know how to do that. They're real good at it.
Yeah. And
But don't. But
I
you can't.
refuse.
No, just half of them just need to be just say, okay. Now have you a seat and sit down. We're tired of listening to you.
I get threatened all the time, and it's
Nah,
just like,
it ain't gonna hurt
okay,
you. They're not
whatever.
going to hurt you. No, it wouldn't be whatever. No, just have a seat there, Junior. I'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah.
We're kind of busy.
Well, and I mean, we're
know.
all here together, and we all walk out to our cars together.
That's right.
And don't give anybody an opportunity, because we realize that what we're doing is going against the face of everybody. But the thing is, think, and I said this at the library board meeting the other night. Think of something that you love more than anything else in the world, be it your kids, your dog, a book, a movie, your car.
Sure.
And now imagine that you don't get to have that anymore, not because it hurt somebody, but because it offended somebody.
Yeah. Right.
The ridiculousnesses of that.
It's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, we've lost the ability, I think, as a culture and a country to
Right.
respectfully disagree.
Sure.
yeah, okay, you feel that way. Great. I don't, but I get why you feel that way. Or I don't really agree with that, so why don't we just not have that discussion?
Well, and that's one thing that a good friend of mine, Bill Wilson, said up here. We must, and the only thing Bill ever said, it was right, it's this. We've got to agree to disagree agreeably.
Well, when you look at the history of libraries, Benjamin Franklin created one of the very first libraries. It was the Library of Philadelphia.
Right.
And in his biography, he said that library allowed working class people, farmers, and that kind of stuff, blue collar, for lack of a better phrase, to be as eloquently able to speak as the aristocratic, sorry. And then he also said that, that's what it allowed people to learn and educate themselves in a way that they had not been able to before.
Sure. That's what it's there for.
That's what it's there for.
To learn from someone else's experiences.
My stepdad went to the West Point Military Academy and graduated with honors. And then he went to MIT and graduated with honors.
Right.
I grew up with a library in my house. And that had
a big effect on you.
Yes. One thing I will always remember for the rest of my life is when I was in high school, my mom and I were sitting in their bedroom watching TV while my stepdad was getting ready to go do whatever he was going to go do. He was in his pajamas, had his face half shaved, right?
Yeah, right.
Stopped shaving, walked down the hall, and my mom and I were like, what is he doing? And so we followed him down the hall, and he pulled a book off the bookshelf, read a page, put it back on the bookshelf, walked back down to the bedroom, and my mom, Ward, what are you doing? Said, well, I wanted to know what General Ulysses ate on the morning of breakfast before this battle, because I was just thinking about it. And that's just how his brain worked. And it was just
half shaved.
The fact that he knew exactly which book to pick out.
Right. Yeah.
And, or he would just sit down and start doing quantitative theory problems for fun because his brain was constantly working.
Okay. Yeah. And there are people that are that way.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you had an opinion, his thing was always, okay, prove it.
Sure.
Why do you feel that way? And it can't just be because you feel that way. Give me some backup as why you feel that way. Why is that your stance?
Well, that's what my father always told me. The best question in the world is ask them why.
Yeah. And if I ever had an opinion on something, why do you feel that way?
Why?
Go do research on it.
Here's the reason. I have a reason behind it.
Convince me why your opinion.
Maybe an unexact reason, but I've got a reason.
Yeah.
And if you can correct me, I'm willing to sit and listen with reason.
Yes. Yes. He was always, okay, why do you feel that way? Give me a reason.
Sure.
Prove your case. And if I couldn't do it, he would make me go do a homework assignment.
Really?
Yes, he'd go research it.
Okay. Sounds like a cool guy.
Education was just a big deal in our house, and I think that my stepdad would be absolutely appalled at what's happening right now.
Oh, I don't doubt. Most truly educated people, they are not in agreement with what's going on. It's like the ruling, what was it this week?
But we need them to stand up.
Right. We had, what they do? They took away the EPA. They have stripped it of more than, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like more than 1,200.
The CDC got rid of their librarians.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah,
the CDC.
The CDC.
Seriously.
Yeah. And you're talking about our environment.
Yeah.
We all breathe the same air. We drink the same water.
Yeah. But look what happened down here with the ice storm recently.
Right.
And how long it took for people to get power.
Right. And I have a very valid theory on that.
Yeah. I just think that we don't learn as a race of people. We do not learn from our history, because this is the exact same thing that the Nazis did. The very first thing that they did was go after books.
Well, the thing that it won't learn is until you're smacked right in the face with it. Mm-hmm. Then you'll garner your knowledge.
Yeah.
You will then go after it,
Well, and that's one of the things that I think is why I have to stand up against all of this stuff and lend a voice to the people that can't or are too afraid.
Too afraid. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
right.
afraid too, but I just can't.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
Oh, I have moments, but I stay angry.
Okay.
My anger outweighs my fear.
That helps, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just hate them back. There you go.
I don't hate them back. Like I said at the library board meeting, I realized that a lot of these people, they're saying, well, we want to protect our children. And I applaud you.
That's fine.
I think you should
That's
protect
fine.
your children. But where that right ends is where you start banning what my kid reads. You don't get a
Right.
say in that. You don't get to say what I'm a 48-year-old woman. If I want to read something, I'm going to read something.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, and you don't get to do that. You absolutely have the right to parent your kid and limit what they can read and make sure that what they read goes along with your beliefs. And I applaud you and I support it. But
Right.
you don't get to do that for me and my kid. You don't get to do
That's
it for
right.
you and your kid
That's
or
right.
his kids.
Yeah, that's
it's,
right.
You don't do that.
That's right.
It's not right.
Lindsay Schultz is my guest tonight, and she is adamant about her cause and about her profession and about what she does. She owns the Spine Bookstore down in Smyrna.
Yes, sir.
And she's going to be sponsoring on April the 18th and 19th, Once Upon a Page,
Yes.
2026.
Yes,
It
sir.
will be at the Smyrna Event Center at 100 Sam Ridley Parkway down in Smyrna. And they've got, what do you have, more than 50 tables
Yeah, we have
set up
50
for this
tables.
thing now?
Uh-huh.
Right.
That's double what we had last year.
Right. And right now, Connor, if we could, we're going to go to our last break. And stay with me and Lindsay. We're right here. Connor's on the board. And back with you on the Ed Raymer with the Edwin Lee Raymer Show right after this.
Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it.
Hi, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Ed Raymer of the Evan Raymer Show here with you. Lindsay Schultz is my guest.
Hi.
We welcome you back. Those of you
Thank
watching on
you.
YouTube or Facebook Live. Connor's been on the board. We thank you. Great job as usual. And, okay, let's go over your event one more time. Once Upon a Page 2026.
Yep, Once Upon a Page.
This is a book and story convention.
Yep.
You're going to have local authors, narrators.
And vendors. It's April 18th and 19th. And you
Right.
can get tickets on our website, thespinebookshop.com. And we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for donations from local business people for grand prizes, for drawings and that kind of stuff. We're going to have 50 tables of authors, narrators, and vendors. And we're going to have a whole bunch of panels, like a science fiction and fantasy panel, a narrator panel. We're going to have a D&D panel. We're going to have a poetry panel on Sunday. We're looking for high school kids to volunteer so that they can get their social hours, or their community hours and that kind of stuff. But if anybody has any questions or anything, they can call the shop at 615-768-9833, or you can email me, the owner, at thespinebookshop@gmail.com. But again, those dates are April 18th and 19th this year. It's at the Smyrna Event Center at 100 Sam Ridley Parkway. And you can get your tickets on our website.
And I want to thank you for keeping this in front of me. You started early, which
Yes,
is very
sir.
smart of you. Because, folks, we've been looking at this for the last, month and a half?
I've been working on it
Yeah.
since August of last year.
Right. And we you called to reserve you a spot,
Yeah.
so to speak. Of course, you're welcome anytime.
Oh, I know.
If I don't have someone already booked.
Sure.
And, and we got set aside once or twice. I think the ice storm come in. I don't know.
It was nuts.
But you're here now, and it's way before time for this thing to happen. We
I
may
just
have
want
you back
everybody
before
to,
then.
I hope so. I just
Yeah.
want everybody to realize that there's so much opportunity and so much talent in Rutherford County. There are so many amazingly talented creators.
We have very talented people here.
It's amazing. And
As I
I
mentioned
want
to
people
you,
to come and meet
yeah,
them.
I've had a couple of songwriters, those people that write poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you something. Some of those poets, those poems can make fantastic
Clarence
songs.
Plank is one of our poets. He was one of my very first poets, and he is so incredibly talented, and I just love, and I think he's getting ready to publish a new book of poems.
Really.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and I had a writer told me, a regular songwriter, he told me, said you'd be surprised how many songs have come from
Oh,
a
yeah.
poem.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Pierre Roustan, I think he's a horror writer, and I think that he's releasing his book a week before. And then I'm also friends with an actor named Todd Cook, and
Okay.
I'm trying to convince him to come out, but I don't know if he's going to do it or not.
Right.
But
okay.
he's given some great advice to all of us with regards to marketing our stuff, and
Sure.
he's been I think that there's so much talent all over the United States, and a lot of them are going to be in town in Smyrna, and I think people should come and meet them and see what we have.
There's a lot of smart people out
Oh
there.
yeah.
And then there's a lot of people that are very, very sharp, but they're introverted. They're not outgoing like you or I.
Oh, I'm shy.
I mean,
what are you talking about?
And as I move on, folks, But seriously, they don't. They don't like doing interviews and things like that.
That's what they have
they're
me
shy.
for.
They're shy. Or
I
whatever.
talk about them.
Oh, I know you will, and because you've talked about me plenty. But anyway,
Yes, sir. Well, stop making such scandals, and I won't talk about you so much.
Okay, whatever. That's fine. But this is a good thing. It's going to be a better thing come.
I think so. I think
April 18th,
Smyrna
19th.
is such a good community.
It's a great
and
town.
can absolutely sponsor this kind of. I mean, look at what they do with Simply Smyrna and Depot Days, and I think this could be another big event like that.
That's what I said to a friend of mine who's sits on the city council. And I said, when we were talking to the city of Smyrna, he said, no, we're a town.
Yeah.
We're a township.
Yeah.
And there's a small town feel, always has been,
I
since
love
we
it.
moved there in 1980.
I love Smyrna.
But it's still that way. And I'll say this is on a personal note. Mary Esther Reed is helping to do that.
Oh,
the
yeah,
mayor
she's
down there.
amazing.
She is something
I
else.
love her.
Yeah, and we've had her on before, and I'd love to have her back if she'd come back. She's welcome anytime.
I love
but
her.
she is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the last time we had her on, I had mentioned the fact that I thought we should build a wall between Murfreesboro and Smyrna.
No walls.
Well, of course, I was going to set up a toll booth for people coming in.
Okay.
And, of course, I would use the proceeds to maintain the wall. See?
Sure. Okay. No, that
People from Laverne or from Chicago, Illinois, they don't have to pay anything. But if you're from Smyrna, it's going to be a $2 toll.
No, I love Smyrna,
No,
and
it's a
I
great
love
town.
the people
It really
in
is,
Smyrna.
yeah.
There's definitely this support of the arts. And I
Right.
think that Smyrna is trying to be that epicenter of the arts, which I think is fantastic.
Well, and here's the thing. When did you get to Smyrna?
Oh, gosh.
What year?
2014-ish, 15-ish.
My family and I was still living at home.
No, it would have been 2016 because
Okay.
I got married and about a year and a half later we
Okay.
moved up here.
I'm telling you. And when we moved here in 1980,
Right.
a few months later, they announced that Nissan would be built.
Sure.
And man, that place took off like crazy. But I got to tell you, and my hats off to the government management down there.
Yeah, yeah.
They've kept Smyrna a small town feel.
Yes.
I
think it's a big town, but it
Right.
still has that small town feel, and
Sure it
everybody
does.
knows everybody.
I know.
It's fantastic.
And if you're not careful, everybody knows your business.
Well, and when I was growing up in high school, if you'd have told me I was going to want to live in a small town, I'd have laughed in your face. But I love it here.
Sure, it is. But it is, Smyrna is Smyrna.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you say you got Middle Tennessee, you got East Tennessee,
Yeah.
you got West Tennessee, and then you got Memphis.
Yeah.
Well, you've got Nashville,
love
and
Memphis.
you got Nashville, you got Murfreesboro, and then you've got Smyrna.
Yeah.
And Smyrna is a township.
It is. Oh,
And
absolutely. It's a
telling
great
you.
township.
Yeah, when we moved here, and you wouldn't know anything about this, probably. Well, you might give up. They had what was called the Old Castle and Dungeon. There was no McDonald's.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Bill Wilson, thank goodness, God bless him, he still posts some pictures that he gets from people from time to time on Facebook. And I hope you keep that up, Bill, please, because it's interesting. I see, God, I go back. I remember that.
Yeah.
I've been here, my family and I, we've been here 46 years now.
Oh,
I've been here
gosh.
longer than I've ever been anywhere else.
I moved up to Murfreesboro when I went to MTSU, and then I just kind of stayed here.
Right.
I love it here.
Sure.
And it's one of the reasons that I want to do this festival in Smyrna is because I think the town of Smyrna can handle it. And I think that there's...
Sure they can. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can handle. That's no problem for
And
them.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great spot to introduce. And I think that there's a huge group of people that love reading. So I invite them to come out, get tickets, meet
Sure.
these people.
Yeah. And, here's the thing that you find out. Mary Esther Reed, Her granddad was a man. Of course, I don't know. You may have heard of Lee Victory.
Yeah.
That's the parkway it's named after.
Sure,
That's That's her granddad.
Right.
Man, can you imagine? He would be strutting around proud as a peacock today
Hell
if he could
yeah.
know his granddaughter was mayor of his
Yeah.
town. And he said, it was kind of like Smyrna's my town, but not. It was his own town.
Yeah.
But he was proud to be part of
Yeah.
that, and he did his part to
Yeah.
do that. He worked for the city of
Yeah.
Smyrna, and I don't know. I think it was in maintenance or something like
Yeah.
that, and loved it, and everybody loved him.
Yeah.
But man, times were a lot different then. But Lee was a good fellow.
And I think that's why I'm fighting so hard in Rutherford County to
Yeah.
keep books in the libraries and keep books in schools and keep it a safe place for everybody, not just a very narrow-minded few.
Lee Victory was a Republican, and I'm going to say this, and if Mary Esther disagrees, she's welcome to give me a call, or her mom or her dad, either one. But I believe Lee Victory would have been right there beside you. And
I
he
hope
was a
so.
Republican. I believe he would.
I think my stepdad would
He'd
be
have
right
thought
here
as much
beside
to
me
do
too.
about. He would have thought as much to do about. No, we got bigger problems. We got bigger fish to fry.
There's so many other things to be worrying about than books.
I know. That's what's so silly about it.
I can
Have
list.
they banned comic books too?
No. Well, so they've been banning graphic novels. So they have put The Tempest graphic novel by William Shakespeare on the ban list.
Okay, sure.
I mean,
He was a bad guy.
yeah, okay.
Well, it's something like, I heard someone say, well, I think my mom, or may have been Joni, my wife was in the hospital for
Sure.
something, and said, bring me something to do, crossword puzzles,
Yeah.
word puzzles, whatever the case might
Sure.
be. Said, bring me a coloring book. Said, and one of the kids and me, an adult coloring book. I said, yeah, I'm online for an adult coloring book.
I love adult coloring books.
That it was something totally different.
Well, I mean,
I'm
a kid at heart.
Sure.
And I love graphic novels and comic books. They're some of the best things ever.
Why do you think the Etch-a-Sketch went over so big?
I mean,
And it still does.
and that's the thing too about graphic novels and comic books is it's another way to get people into reading.
Sure it is. And
I mean, look what Harry Potter did.
Yeah, I know, but I will say this: the computer age. These kids are doing things with computers today,
It's
and
amazing.
The books you can make. And that's what gets me about this strike. Against books. Have these people heard of the internet?
That somebody said that. Somebody said that in one of the library board meetings or the school board meetings that you guys are so worried about books, but yet all your kids have cell phones.
Right.
They can find way
If you've
worse.
got one of them boxes right there, they can find whatever they want.
Yeah, give me
And
a
I'm
break.
talking about whatever
they want.
Right.
I
So,
mean,
Lindsay, thank you for being here.
Thank
We're
you for
about out of
having
time.
me.
I'm tickled to death to have you here always.
Thank you.
Good luck in the event. We'll try to talk between now and
Yeah.
then. By then, the grass will be green and the sun
Hope
will be
so.
shining a lot brighter. Connor, I want to thank you for being on the board
Thank
again.
you,
Thank you so
Connor.
much. We appreciate you. And I'll tell you what, we're going to get out of here just about a minute early. And Connor may want to play some sports or some weather or whatever. Until next week at 6 o'clock, I'm Ed Raymer for the Ed and Lee Raymer Show. I'll catch you down the road. Good night.